I'm so envy of the US. 8.25%. In Germany, it's 19. In Poland, it's 23. Hi and welcome back. So every culture has some things that the other culture would consider weird. For example, I think Europeans smoke way more, are way less friendly, and we don't have a tipping culture. But what are things that you do that we find weird? That is exactly what we are gonna find out today in Strange Things Only Americans Do. But before we get right into it, please make sure to hit a like and a subscribe. That would help me so much. We now hit the 58,000 subscriber. It would be absolutely amazing if we could tackle now the 60,000. Thank you so much. And if you want to see more of me, you can check out my Patreon. Link is in the description.
Living here in the good old US of A is certainly an experience many people would like to enjoy.
Yeah.
However, even just coming here for a short period of time, you might quickly notice that we do things just a little bit differently. From common complaints
That is not the US. That doesn't look... Wait, what is that? That looks like France. Oh yeah, okay, a French flag, yeah.
Countries about American tourists to respecting the Second Amendment. Here are strange things only Americans do.
American Eye.
Number 16, strict alcohol laws.
Oh yeah.
America is a land of the free indeed, but can you fight a war and still grab a beer? The US is regarded as the strictest Western country in regards to alcohol, and is one of only a few...
Strictest Western... Yeah, I mean, Western is mostly like Canada, US, Australia, and then like Europe, right? So, yeah, I could see that.
...countries to restrict the legal drinking age to 21. In most European countries, you just have to be tall enough to look over the counter. Other countries with 21 as their legal age include Chile and Egypt, and that's about it. Some countries in the Middle East have completely banned alcohol, but as far as Western standards are concerned, it's basically just us. In countries like Belgium, the legal drinking age is 15 with a guardian. We're sure in Chile, it's not hard to get a drink if you got the dinero. Some liquor stores in the US ban all sales of alcohol on Sundays, including Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kansas.
Yeah, to be honest, I think this wouldn't bother me at all because, first of all, I'm now over 21 years old. And second of all, I haven't drunk anyways until I was, I think, 22. And even now I drink not very often. So I totally get that. And yeah, I get what Europeans are saying, that they're saying, oh, that's way too late. And I also get that, I think that's probably like always a taboo then until you're 21. And then it makes it way more exciting and maybe way more... that you go like over your limits maybe because you have to wait so long or you do it illegally. But yeah, so with the rule itself, I would be, I think, probably very fine.
Number 15, Speedos. You might think you look pretty cool in a pair of Speedos if you're a European supermodel, but not all Americans will appreciate, or at least the other...
The only thing that I saw in this picture is those underpants. Is it those underpants?
Cool in a pair of Speedos if you're a European supermodel, but not all Americans will appreciate, or at least the other guys at least. While by European standards, the Speedos are mainly worn as a measure to prevent spreading bacteria.
It looks really... I also don't really appreciate that. It's too short.
Or other illnesses that get stuck on your clothes. Basically, they just feel as though the less clothing, the more sanitary. Topless bathing for women is unfortunately frowned upon at some beaches unless you're in designated areas of the city of Miami Beach. German government has released a warning to all of its citizens about undressing. Thanks a lot. Number 14, Supersize Me.
I think the German culture and the US culture, like in public, is very similar. I think, as a guy, you can probably go shirtless into the city or something, right? And, like anything else you can't do in German, like going into the town like naked, this is also not possible. And then we also just have like nudity beach, FKK, like free corpse culture beaches, and there you're naked. But at normal beaches, I don't see many naked people, to be honest. I think that's more like an Italian/Spanish thing.
A lot of people from other countries may begin to complain when they start to realize the amount of weight they put on from the food in the US. In most European countries, all the food is non-GMO, and even the fast food might be pretty much organic. The larger portions seem to be the culprit, and our food might just simply be cheaper in any case. America isn't really known for serving low-fat food, and most restaurants here go for quantity over quality.
Okay.
Hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, deep dish pizzas, it can all be a little bit too much to resist. Number 13, liquor and guns, double the fun. Tennessee might be a dry state
Wait,
on some days.
liquor
but
and guns? You don't combine this. Don't tell me that you drink when you shoot. Please don't tell me that.
still leaves us 6 days of the week available for double shots.
No! That's super dangerous!
Only in America can you enjoy a few smooth shots of Tennessee whiskey and then some shots of an automatic rifle, in public at least. Some bars only offer alcohol, which is just downright boring, and our founding fathers would want guns to be shot off while being intoxicated, right? Double Shot seems to offer this one-of-a-kind service for proud Americans. What could
Even as a drive-through. So do you get your gun and your liquor and you just drive through it? Or how does this work? As a drive-through?
possibly go wrong? Number 12, the 20,000 calorie burger. Some people wonder why
How many?
Number 12, the 20,000 calorie burger.
20,000? That's like... From that you can live like 10 days.
Some people wonder why 1 out of 3 Americans are obese, and this might be a reason why. People might be a little bit confused what exactly American cuisine truly is, but this guy at the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas is holding on to an extreme example. Any cheeseburger that's stacked about as high as the Statue of Liberty deserves to be on this list. There's plenty of bacon.
That's actually a thing you can order. That's insane. If you like this video, please hit a like. And if you want to see more of me, I would love if you subscribe. Thank you so much for that.
Cheese, of course, and it's about as American as the Declaration of Independence. With about 20,000 calories, this burger here can theoretically feed a normal person for about 10 days.
Yeah.
Here in America, this is just an afternoon snack. You most likely won't see this in any other country but the good old USA. Number 11, big cars. Hey guys, don't forget, us Americans do enjoy using up oil too, and this truck you see in this image just has American written all over it. Countries around the world are amazed by our extremely large automobiles that can easily run over those puny little Japanese or German cars. 85% of people old enough to drive actually have a license in this country. In many parts of the world where public transportation is more of a thing, fewer people will actually own cars. Americans drove 3.15 trillion miles in 2015, which is enough mileage to make a trip to Pluto 337 times and back.
Wow! Really? That's insane.
Number 10, Old Glory. If you're a communist, Colin Kaepernick, Kim Jong-un, or Joseph Stalin, this image of freedom might leave you blind, so cover your eyes. You've been warned. The US government already admitted to spending a large amount of taxpayer money on making sporting events more patriotic. Those Raptor flybys before games don't fund themselves. A lot of things go into their ceremonies, and soldiers get US sporting event tickets on the taxpayer's dime. Massive flags are brought in during the national anthem, which gives spectators an overwhelming sensation of America. This image was captured at the Memorial Day Parade in 2013, and Old Glory is just about everywhere you look. Here you see the Star-Spangled Banner, and you can almost smell the capitalism reeking from this photo. Number 9, One Color.
You can smell the capitalism from this photo. To be honest, when I think about America, I don't think in the first thing about capitalism. I don't know. Because as a child, you always, where was an American flag was always where burgers or pommes, French fries are. So, yeah, so I don't know. When I have an American flag in my mind, I firstly always get the burger and the French fries image.
The only color you're going to see on our currency is green, aside from the new $100 bills, which include some blue security features. Other countries around the world use monopoly money.
Wait, is this not also here then yellow a bit? Or is this a fake then here?
Which includes some blue security features. Other countries around the world use monopoly money or various different colors, which help identify the denomination. If you take a look at Canada's money, for example, it's almost like they try to use every color of the rainbow.
Yeah.
In any case,
that's a good thing, because, if you see something blue in your pocket, you know exactly or already, hey, that's a 20 euro bill. And red is 10, gray is 5, orange is 50, green is 100, yellow is 200, and purple is 500, but they are not really in use anymore because of money laundering.
It's still worth more, so whatever. None of our money features women on it either, unlike Canadian money. Number 8, the take-home box.
But I also don't get why. I mean, I think it's part of the Commonwealth, but you're an independent country. Why do you need to put the Queen on your money, right? As Canada.
Portions served at restaurants in America, it's fairly common to make another meal out of what's left over. People in other countries, such as in Europe, might give you a strange look if you ask them for it to go back.
No.
It's almost like a faux pas to do such a thing, and how dare you not fit?
No, you always say zum Einpacken, so please wrap it in and give it to me at home. That is very, very usual and very, very common in Germany.
It's that fancy French cheese. In other countries, they don't use quite as much preservatives in their food, and it might spoil quicker than what we're used to in the US. Some countries, though, might have started feeling bad about people wasting a large amount of food, and have made it illegal to deny any kind of doggy bag requested by the customer. Number 7. Ice in the cup. Many writers from other countries have noticed our fascination with ice cubes and feel like it's just a US thing once again. Do our drinks really need to be that cold all the time? American customers find it bizarre that the waiter puts very few ice cubes into the drink. That's because most places around the world don't feel as though watering down your drink is a cool way to go. You're also getting less of the product that you actually paid for. Ice has also been known to be unsanitary at times, depending on how it's added to the drink. The people serving
As I said, I absolutely get it. I mean, who likes to drink warm water? I mean, not like tea warm, but like lukewarm, I think it's this thing. Who likes to do that? Now, you like cold water, for example. So I always put, for example, when I drink tap water, it on cold. And I think, I don't need it like freezing cold, but I like it more. So a few ice cubes, I think, are not bad.
You have a better chance of touching the ice with their hands than the actual soda pop. Number 6. Bullet Angels. At no point in this man's life has he ever felt so American, yet so satisfied at the same time. Do you know any other countries where something like this takes place? While looking for WMDs, this person just sort of gave up and decided to do something that reminds them of winter while growing up as a kid. Not every place in the US just sort of gave up.
Now I get bullet engines. I thought it's like a... What is the name of it? Where you just lay on the ground and you walk over all the time. A Teppich in German. I just thought it's such a thing that lays on the ground that are bullets. That are bullets. Is this not such a mess to clean it up again? Why?
Up and decided to do something that reminds them of winter while growing up as a kid. Not every place in the USA has snow during Christmas time, but those places might have plenty of ammunition. Result: Freedom Angel. Number 5. Sales tax. Most of the time when you go around the world, you'll notice that sales tax is included to the price of the object when you're making the purchase, and that sales tax adds up quickly. In most states, it reaches about 6% or so, but in California, it gets as high as 8.25%.
Oh my god, I'm so envy of the US. 8.25%. In Germany, it's 19. In Poland, it's 23. Oh man, ey. Oh, the US is so much better in that. As high as 8.25%.
Only 5 states don't have to worry about it, including Oregon, Montana, Delaware, Alaska, and Vermont. Everywhere else you go, you gotta get ready to do some math if you want to know the exact price before checkout. Number 4. Tripping on tipping. Another American pastime that not many other countries have quite understood, tipping is giving your server or waitress an extra 15 or 20% of what the bill was. So say your check was $20 and you receive good or even mediocre service. They still expect you to give them a tip. There's no rule that says you have to tip every time, but if you don't, you might really tick off some people. Although you have to wonder, it almost seems as though Europeans might have it right this time. By expecting people to pay more from
Yeah, that is one thing that I don't like about the US. I get that, they pay the waiters like very shitty salaries. I get that. And I think they should pay the waiters higher salaries. Because what I really don't like is I always do, oh my god, how much will this actually be, around. And then, I just want to know exactly how much I will pay and don't want to calculate in a tip. Of course, like rounding up to a next 1 or 2 euros, totally fine, right? But like giving them, I don't know, like 10 euros more, I don't want that. I want just that they are paid very nicely and that I don't have to, feel bad that they maybe go home with anything or that they can't live because I didn't pay so much to them. That is, I think, unfair. I shouldn't feel that pressure.
Tipping, restaurant workers get paid lower wages by the owners and expect you to pay more for their salary. In any case, some restaurants might follow you out in the parking lot if you don't pay up, so watch out. Number 3, we're too loud. Parisians can tell which people are Americans on their metro system because they're usually the ones singing the national anthem after a long night of drinking wine. One of the most common complaints about us coming into other countries.
Actually, every American I have met on my travels or also in real life, they mostly were not very loud. I mean, no, not at all. They were mostly silent, and just when you talk to them, they turn out like, hey, I'm American. So I can't agree with that, but I can see that maybe, you know, some people are. And then, of course, it is like a stereotype.
Countries for vacation is our noise level, which has deemed us as being obnoxious and annoying. Well, maybe you guys aren't loud enough. Any type of seed event tends to be when Americans act up the most, according to a complaint by a blogger on the HuffPost. They just basically hate us because
I was told now loud and obnoxious like a few times already, so, you know, I quite like myself, so maybe that's not the worst thing. At least we are open and talkative, right?
Number 2, smiling too much. In other countries that might not be quite as happy, you'll notice that they aren't allowed to smile in some of their documents. You probably can't tell the difference between a mugshot and a passport photo. Take a trip to the country of Kazakhstan and smile like they usually do. People will think you're pretty creepy or mentally insane. People at Starbucks and at shopping centers are forced by their boss to smile all the time, and it leads foreigners to believe that we're kind of stuck up or something. Apparently, in some countries, smiling was done in order to show that you were superior, and it was reserved for members of the higher class. In some cultures, a girl smiling at them might be only done when she is interested in that person. That could be why so many random guys from other parts of the world thought you were trying to get some kind of cultural experience. And number 1, feet, inches, and our system. The US is definitely the only country that...
That's also an annoying thing. It's also always to convert everything. You know, every other country or most other countries in the world do it our way. And just for Americans, I have to literally accept time. I have to translate everything always. Except time. I'm so glad that you use hours and minutes and that I don't have to say, that's an inch hour, or I don't know what it would be called.
Uses to measure things in kilometers, Celsius, and use a metric system.
Yeah.
We refuse to utilize a global way of doing things and just kind of enjoy giving the middle finger to the rest of the world. Luckily, you can just bring out Google and see how it converts to your way of doing things. But oh, what's that? You don't have wireless internet on your phone when you're driving because you didn't get an American SIM card? Oh well, too bad. You better get ready to do some math and memorize some equations to figure it out. Have fun.
Whoa, hold on, guys. Don't go anywhere just yet.
Okay, that was it, I think. Yeah, so I think a few things shocked me, but most of them were already known through all of the videos. And to be honest, the more I would say before the start of my channel, probably with 10 or 15, not all of the 15, oh, how many were this? I think 15, right? I have probably agreed like on 12 or 10 or something. And now I get more the American way with some things of doing. And now I'm like, yeah, I get why they are doing it that way. We are doing it this way, but that's just like two good solutions. With some things, as I said, I still don't like the tipping culture. And I still don't like that I have to translate everything into a much weirder system. Because, you know, you don't just have to change the comma, right? Or the decimal point. I think you have points for decimals. So yeah, that is my thing. But I think this already shows how much I learned from the US and how much I know more about the US, I would say. But as I said, those two things are still like, why are you doing that? I mean, I know why, but oh, come on, it would be so much better, at least from my point of view, if you would do it differently. Anyways, I hope you had fun. Tell me, what are maybe other shocks that literally quite shocked me that I don't know or that weren't covered in the video here. I'm very, very curious to see that. And I hope you have an awesome day and we see each other in the next video. Until then, keep liking, subscribing. Bye.